Hello everyone, at the end of listing April, video games may not be considered art by certain people, but it's generally accepted that comic books can be. Now let me get these ones out of the way here. I know this is great, and I know this is great, and I know this is great, and I know this is epic, but everyone's list had those, so let's go and take a look at some of the things I figure are top works of sequential art, aka comics. How about Platinum Grit? This is great that Image Comics finally brought this over. I've been reading it on the web for some time now and really haven't been able to find a copy of it, but it's basically a great, wacky, fun tale about relationships and science fiction and fantasy and Highland warriors. New Frontier. What happened with New Frontier? I mean, they make a movie out of it, you gotta disregard it. New Frontier is great. Read more New Frontier. Again, this is one of those things, Rising Stars, and if I may, on the side, Planetary. It just barely didn't make this list, but Rising Stars is a really great tale of if superheroes were real, that sort of deal. Earth X. If you don't know anything about the Marvel Universe, Earth X should be like a primer. You can kind of piece together what the Marvel Universe was, and you get a lot of backstory in that, and it's basically how I got into comics since I got into it so late. But Girl Genius, when you find these in hard copy, pick them up. Also support them online. Top 10. Now, I like our good old Alan Moore as much as the next person, but I think top 10 out of his modern works is some of the best. So really pick that bad boy up. Grendel, Black, White, and Red. Now, this is obviously an anthology, but it's my favorite Grendel book because it goes back to Hunter Rose, and it really, picks up and keeps that kind of flavor you had with Hunter Rose. The kind of pulp action, the kind of old school comic style. I really love that. I didn't like when it got all weird. Speaking of weird, I've got Steampunk. Steampunk died before its time. This was a really great book. Only 2 volumes pretty much were able to be made of it. And it's a really interesting tale, alternate history, steampunk. It says it all in the title. And number 1, Sam and Max, Surfing the Highway. If you love the games, you need to read the comics. That's all I can say. Well, it's been fun. I hope you enjoyed listening April, and we'll get back to the goodness tomorrow.